All right, and the second part of that question, do black women think that they're better than black men?
I'm gonna say yeah.
A few days ago, Brother Omawale Africa shared a video that occurred on his YouTube platform on the live stream. And this evidence is shocking, where you have black women who felt like that other black women, not necessarily them, but that black women as a whole felt like they were better than black men. And because they felt like they're better than black men, they can never apologize to them because they feel like black men can't contribute. But we'll get to that in a second. As I was preparing for, the information for this video, I came across another video on TikTok, and it's called the Ekionet Skits, right? Check her out on TikTok. And this one was called Independent Modern Women Be Like. I want to play this particular clip and then we'll come back.
There's nothing wrong with my attitude. The problem is with men. They can handle a strong woman like me. I'm a strong, empowered, and independent woman. I am sexually liberated. I don't need to submit to any man. I can't do without men. Okay, so you don't need a man. What do you need? Well, I am a man that would serve me. I just need someone that can help me out whenever I need help. Oh, I see.
A few moments later.
The problem is, I don't know why men are not asking me out. And the ones that ask me out dump me after we go on a date. They don't treat me like a lady. I'm in my 30s now and I need to get married. Why can't I find a good man? What is wrong with men? Why are they not approaching me? Where are the good men? Really?
So why is this clip important? Number one, it's a very well thought out skit, right? Here we have a black woman who is successful. She's independent, and she's trying to get some counseling. And she's talking about how she won't submit to a man. She doesn't need a man. But at the same time, she's stuck in a dilemma because she wants to date. She keeps getting dumped, and men won't talk to her. Men won't deal with her. And she wants a man to be subservient to her. And because of that, she can't find a good man, and she doesn't find any fault in herself. That's very interesting because that's going to lead up to the climax of today's video. But I also found another brother on TikTok as I was preparing for this, a guy by the name of Joshua Dillard, right? He's quite popular on social media, but I want to talk about this particular video in which he's saying that black women want to submit to black men but have a hard time doing so. We'll play that.
Look, check this out. Black women are tired. They're tired of being independent. They're tired of being looked at as the strongest. They're tired of having to take care of the kids by themselves. They're tired of bearing all the weight. Don't believe the hype that you see on all of these social media networks. Black women are tired, and the reason why I know this because I talk and have conversations with a lot of black women. But what a black woman really want, she want to be able to go to the soccer games. She want to not have to be the sole leader and sole provider of her family. She want to support the man who God gave her to be with. She want to be a helpmeet. The thing is, she's been placed in this position where she's had to lead. She's had to step up to the plate and become something that she really didn't want to be in the first place. She want to support her man. She want to nurture her kids. She want to nurture her husband while pursuing things that she's passionate about. That's it. It's that simple. The thing is, she just can't find a suitable leader that she trusts to come in and relieve her of these responsibilities so that she can finally get some rest, because that's what she wants. Rest.
So he makes some interesting points. But then again, it comes back to what's very similar in that skit that we saw. Here you have black women who are telling him, we're tired of being the leader, but we can't find anybody we can't find somebody that can lead us, which is really an excuse, because you don't know how to find a person that can lead you, or you don't know how to use your feminine energy to do it. That's what he's doing. He's trying to make an excuse for the fact that these women are not putting their best foot forward to get what they're looking for. All right. Now, I want to go ahead and deal with the clip at hand, which is Omawala Africa's video. Here you have a brother that is going to be saying some important things. We'll play that, and then we're going to play the entire clip that I have here, and then we're going to come back.
As far as apologizing, I feel like not being able to apologize is a major red flag, because from my experience, when someone can't apologize to you, that means that they think they're better than you. And apologizing is a humbling experience. And who wants to be humbled by somebody that they think they're better than? This could be in a relationship, which I find to be true. Women, a lot of times, they get in a relationship and they say, I'm never going to apologize to the men because they've been trained to think they're always right and men are always wrong in relationships, so things should be catered to them. So when they do have to apologize, it eats at them. They don't want to do it because it's too humbling. And if they think they're better than the man, why would they apologize to him? And a lot of times, when a woman does have to apologize, it's coming with revenge. She's going to want to get it back. She wants to apologize, but you know what? She's going to bring up something. She's going to find something to her where you got to apologize 5 times harder. She's going to find something. I guarantee it. She coming.
You saying that she's going to evade accountability at all costs?
She going to apologize. She may apologize. If you just got her dead and ain't nothing she could do, she going to apologize. But it's humbling and it hurt her. So you better believe she coming for you. When she apologize, she going to find something you did. It could be the most pettiest, stupidest stuff. You left your shirt on the ground and I'm tired of cleaning up after you. And like, I just got home. And she going to be on you about the dumbest stuff because she want it back. She don't like being humbled by somebody that she thinks she's better than. And I think women need to maybe take that in consideration, why they're not apologizing, why they have a hard time apologizing. Is it because you think you're better than your man or you're better than your kids? I apologize to anybody. The woman I'm with now is the first woman I ever had that apologizes to me when she does something wrong. And when she does, it's confusing. Because I'm like, what? Like,
I just don't.
You sure?
All right, and the second part of that question, do black women think that they're better than black men?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think currently, like, a lot of black women are like focused on their careers and they're climbing, they're having financial upward mobility. And the whole like being independent and I can do it myself thing, I think has inflated the ego, especially when you look at your counterparts and you're like, well, they're not doing it and they're not this and that. So I think if you just look at it as a whole, like, I think a lot of black women feel like we've climbed to a certain point and like we don't need them. And to me, that equates to being like, I'm better than you, or you don't offer anything.
Paris, you're shaking your head. What do you agree?
Yeah, I do think that that's the mentality across the board now, because when you're telling somebody you don't need them, you're essentially saying that they can't contribute anything to you, that they can't add to you. You've already fulfilled everything. And I also think that this mentality is kind of like going to be consistently embedded throughout the next couple generations, especially when you have a repeated cycle of women looking more so to the women's empowerment, and we're trying to propagate this idea that we're the only ones who feel each other. We're the only ones who have the certain type of oppression. We're the only ones who are safe with each other, which we know is not true. And then too, you have a lot of black men who are now becoming more active fathers and up in those numbers, but their mentality is that of Simons, and all you're doing is actually like teaching your daughters to push away from the men.
I'm sorry. Did you just mention my name?
Yeah, she did. I'm gonna get back to you though. I'm gonna swing it down on my eye. Go ahead, and jump in.
So shout out to the brother who was talking for the first 2 minutes of the clip, right? He's bringing us some very, very good information. That the first time he said he's been in a relationship with a woman that wanted to apologize was the woman he has now. And he's shocked. A lot of black men are shocked. Black women, for a lot of brothers, they don't want to apologize or take any ownership or accountability for things that they may have a mistake in the relationship. And you heard the two sisters at the end say that the reason why we are not trying to apologize because we feel like we're better than black men. We feel like we're doing better in the private sector. We feel like we're more educated. And at the end, we feel like black men can't contribute. So do you want to apologize to people who you feel can't add to your bottom line? Now, this is what I want to say. I talked about it in one of the videos that I did. Black men don't have ownership. Black women don't respect black men that don't have ownership. And if you don't believe me, I'm actually going to try to take a snippet of that video, a small snippet of it, and then I'll add it here. But you don't see that with some of the brothers. We don't even know how much money we have to retire. We don't even know where we want to own a house at. We don't even understand how to even get into the situations where we can network with other people, learn businesses, learn things that, and remember, community minded, right? As black Americans, we understand the problems that our community has. So we can attack it in ways that are financially lucrative. We don't take the opportunity to do that. So when you don't do that as men, you have no ownership of the community, which means you have no ability to hire, fire your people, or have any financial power. Women typically don't have a respect for guys who don't have any ownership of their community. Now, I know what guys are gonna say. Well, they're out there working for this person, or they're over there with these Pookies and Ray Rays. I get it. Those sort of women, we don't even really want in the conversations right now. But let's talk about this, right? Because we're not gonna deal with women who are dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays. That's not who we're dealing with. But let's look at people like Tyler Perry, who has ownership of his business. Let's talk about Robert Smith, right? These are people that we know that have ownership. There are many black men in Philadelphia, Baltimore. They own like 60 houses or 100 houses, or they own 3 or 4 houses. We're talking about brothers like P. Diddy, people with ownership in things. And I'm not saying that you have to be a ownership owner or you have to be a big time business person, but you have ownership. And guess what? Women respect men who have the ability to lead, okay? It's just the reality. So they're just making the case that I made a while ago. But let me say this. Even if these women come across black men who have something to offer, they don't know how. Listen to what I'm saying. There are a particular group of sisters who don't know how to respect black men, no matter how manly the man is, no matter how successful, because sooner or later they're gonna come across a guy that doesn't need him. Like, you know, the Young Miami P. Diddy situation. What are you gonna do? A lot of black women are dealing with guys who are below their level, and many of them I think may do that on purpose, because when you step up to the plate to a guy who can provide, who can take care of you, now you have to put, you know, your adult mindset together, and then you got to go out there and compete. Because if you feel like you're better than the man, and a lot of women do, but here's something else I want to add: you feel like you're better than the man, and really you're not. That's something I see. You know, like I've noticed something the last 10 years on social media. We have a lot of fake rich social media people. They think that they're really somebody that they're not, and they're really broke celebrities, but they go around acting like they're somebody tight, right? Like they're the truth. And that's what kind of happens too. While you do have black men who can contribute, you have black women who look down on black men, and they're not even on that same level. You have black women that you see on Kendra G. They are, you know, some of them have multiple children by different guys. Some of them are, you know, not doing that well, and they feel like they're better than the men that they're dealing with simply because they're black women and the guy's a black man. And that's one of the reasons that a lot of black women suffer with dealing with black men, because they feel like they're ultimately better than the guys they're trying to deal with. And for many of them, you're in the same category or not the same category. And a lot of women feel that way for no reason. I can see if you're a woman that felt that way and you had some reason that you could back it up. But there are a lot of sisters out there that can't back up this claim. And for women out there who think they're better than black men, and you're not successful, you're not doing very well, and even if you are, it doesn't really matter, because you have to have those tangible assets that a man needs. Femininity, being able to work with a man, being able to, you know, be a woman, be nurturing. If you don't have those things, it's not really gonna matter. That's what a lot of guys are looking for. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.